All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Me here talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you right there, just like me right here. Going to be talking about Heart. This is a really bad article about Heart. Speaking of bad, here is Bad Sister. They are good. They are a good band. If you like Heart, you might enjoy Bad Sister. Where Will You Go is the name of this album. Kind of an apocalyptic looking album, but I like it. I like the music. Had the band on. They talked to me about their future. They talked about life in Germany. That's where they're from. Nobody really watched the video. Nobody really was that concerned about Bad Sister. Hence, this is why I don't have a lot of new bands on. You know, when you're getting one or two people out of 74 that are watching your videos each day, it's a little discouraging. So thank you to the patrons who are keeping this thing going, because without you, I don't do this channel. That's the truth. I mean, I need you guys more than ever. The revenue thing isn't going to change. So if you want to help me via Patreon, $1, $2 a month, there'll be a link in the description of this video. Now, on to this great content regarding Ann and Nancy Wilson. The headline reads, Heart's Ann and Nancy Wilson reunite on stage for the first time since 2019. Okay, that is true. But the subheading here says, the Wilson sisters went their separate ways. I can hear the Journey keyboard riff there. Following a family dispute, but now it appears they've mended that rift. Well, wait a minute. What about 2019? All you got to do is Google it, and it's the Love Alive Summer Tour featuring Hart, Joan Jett, Sheryl Crow, and Brandi Carlile. It's pretty easy to look that up. So the quality of writing when it comes to classic rock is very much derivative or reflective of the current classic rock scene. The writing tends to be drab and pedantic, and there's no enthusiasm to write these articles. I think guys who write these reviews and these commentaries or whatever, I think they draw the short straw in the newsroom. And they're like, oh crap, I've got to write about Ann and Nancy Wilson. This is going to be exciting, right? Because there's no excitement on the scene. Now, I know I've got people out there going to concerts and telling me, you know, how great it is and everything. But overall, there's not much going on. And this particular story, the way it's written, kind of proves that. Now, this is what the author says at the beginning. Reunited, and we're guessing it felt so good. Great. So the writer knows about Peaches and Herb. That's fantastic. Probably didn't live through the late 70s like I did. Anyway, estranged sisters, Ann and Nancy Wilson of Heart. What? Estranged? How are they estranged? Okay, so we have the Peaches and Herb reference at the beginning, which has really nothing to do with Heart, except that they were on the scene, and Peaches and Herb was on the scene at the time. Musically speaking, they were very different bands. Estranged sisters, reunited on stage. Okay. Tuesday night for the first time since 2019 at Ann's show in Santa Rosa, California. The sisters went their separate ways following a family dispute, but now it appears they've mended that rift. Again, what about 2019? The family rift was before 2019, so they would have probably had to mend that rift prior to 2019 and their big Love Alive tour. Now, it gets even more interesting because Ann Wilson is going to bring her sister on stage for one song. And this is what she says. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the answer to a question with us tonight. First of all, what was the question? Where's Nancy? How come Nancy's not on stage? How come Heart isn't together? Isn't this supposed to be the 50th anniversary tour? Yeah, I guess. Those are good questions. And she goes on to say this. This is bizarre. This shows that maybe Ann Wilson might be partaking and doing some of those magic mushrooms that I think she was talking about during the Moody Blues Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. She says, a very, very good friend, more than a friend. Let's bring her out. Come on. So she introduces her sister, Nancy, and says that she's a good, good friend. That's great. Let's just bring her out before I stumble over this some more. Why couldn't she say my beloved sister or my best friend in the world? Well, that's probably not true, at least the last part, but this is her sister, a very, very good friend. Man, talk about a botched introduction. The two sisters then joined forces to play Heart's 1977 hit, Barracuda, as the final encore of the night. So they played one song together. Earlier in the night, Ann played a number of Heart songs with her band without Nancy. Even It Up, Magic Man, Crazy on You, Straight On, and others. Wonder what the others were. I mean, I'd like to know all of them. She also covered such classics as The Who's Love Reign Over Me, David Bowie's Let's Dance. That makes no sense. And Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song, as well as Going to California. Those last two make sense to me. While Ann and Nancy have released solo albums, Heart hasn't put out a new album since 2016's Beautiful Broken. The Wilson sisters did reunite for a 2019 tour and are reportedly working on new music. Okay, I haven't heard too many reports about the new music. This was supposed to be their 50th anniversary, so there you go. People waiting for the 50th anniversary, it's right there. They got together for one song. It was great. And then, before that, Ann did a bunch of songs without her sister, a bunch of Heart songs, even though you would think Nancy was probably in the house prior to coming out for the last song. So she was only permitted to sing one song with her sister. It's just, or play, sing and play. This is just not going well. And the article says they're estranged, even though I don't think they're estranged, but certainly they're not on the best of terms. And the disagreement, I think, really comes from the place of not knowing what Heart should be at this stage, which it's pretty clear to me, Heart should be a classic rock band playing classic rock songs. If they want to do some new material, make it sound like classic Heart. Don't try to reinvent yourselves again. It's too late. It's too late for that. The fans want to hear Heart, and they want to hear Heart-like music. And most of these fans, I can guarantee it because I've been to concerts in the last few years, they're going to make their way to the concessions or to the bathrooms as soon as you start playing a new track off your forthcoming album, which nobody cares about. Just like this, Bad Sister, right? Nobody cares, but here I am. I know people thank me over on Patreon. They'll send me messages saying, Dave, you got to keep doing that. Yeah, I've learned a lot, or I've discovered some new music from you. And I'm like, that's nice. That's really nice. Please keep watching the videos, though. I'm not going to be very prosperous over here by just highlighting new material. If I did like a standalone video and told you everything about this band and this album, I probably wouldn't get 400 views. I mean, and right now, as things stand, it's difficult because I wish people would watch the videos. But if you're waiting for that Heart 50th anniversary, it's going to be probably next year, right? If it even happens at all. And if these two sisters, these estranged sisters, can work things out and reunite again, do a little secondary Peaches and Herb thing next year, who knows? Maybe there'll be a full-fledged Heart tour, and Nancy will be out there the entire time and not just for Barracuda. That's just silly. In any event, people, thanks for watching the channel. I do appreciate it. And all you patrons out there and YouTube members, you guys keep me going. That's all I can say. I'm wanting to be truly independent from worrying about the money gods. It would be nice but I'm still not there yet. So that's why I ask people if they want to donate to the channel and to help me out. It is appreciated, and it's something that I need to do, unfortunately. So in any event, folks, thanks again. God bless, and see you soon.